Okay, so video, how to send campaigns that convert into repeat sales. That's the idea behind this. Maybe short video, maybe long video. We'll see how we go on. We're going to talk about campaigns, email campaigns, how to send them, how to get more sales, how to turn one-time buyers into repeat buyers, how to think about campaigns. So without me waffling, let's go. Let's jump in. So what is an email campaign? It's an email or series of emails that we send to our audience that is not triggered by a specific behavior such as abandoning a checkout or a welcome email when somebody signs up. It's an email that we decide to send. So it's a way to communicate with our own audience at scale to entice a specific action, usually some form of sale. Simple. And then why do we bother sending campaigns? Well, we want to send campaigns to segments of our email list to get subscribers to do something, usually buy something, usually attend an event, go onto our social media and follow us on Instagram, review a product, purchase, refer us to a friend, etc., etc. We also want to stay top of mind as a solution to their pains and be there when they're ready to buy. So campaigns is a really good opportunity to remain there top of mind for when somebody is ready to buy again. Okay, so we can't just rely on automations and hope that somebody will appear on our site and start looking at products and abandon a checkout, and then we'll manage to save every single one of them and they'll come back again. Okay, the idea of campaigns is to leverage that intent, leverage that interest, build on that relationship that your ads team has already managed to establish from the very beginning, and stay top of mind. And then also we want to make more money so we can sleep better at night. You know, that's why we have an e-commerce brand, apart from the big mission on wanting to change the world and create a product that, you know, saves the world from despair. We want to make more money so we can sleep better at night. So that's why we send campaigns as well. And then what happens when you don't send campaigns? Well, your audience forget about you, and they do. You will remember Black Friday if you ever pay attention to emails. You'll start to get emails from brands that you think, oh, I forgot about these guys. They've not emailed me in 7 months. Because what have they done? They're using Black Friday as an opportunity to try and sell something at a discount to you. So what happens? You unsubscribe because you're like, I don't even care about you anymore. Your email domain gets cold, so you increase the risk of landing in spam. So if you don't send emails for like 7-8 months and then you try and send emails to a 10,000 list, the likes of Google and Apple are going to go, who on earth is this guy? And they're going to put you straight in the spam. So you need to be warming it up. You need to be keeping your domain warm. You need to be sending consistent emails to your audience that are relevant so that they open and they click and people take action. So that's what happens when you don't send. You also make less sales and you end up stressing about spending more on ads. So this is where email campaigns becomes super important. Because if you don't do that, you'll spend more on ads and then you'll get annoyed that you are spending thousands on ads and having to just find new customers all the time. And you also miss the opportunity to drive repeat sales without spending more on ads. Okay, so what we want to do with campaigns is we want to like target people that have bought once, and we want to put the solutions to their pains in front of them enough times at the right time so they go, oh, I want to go and buy from Gymshark, for example. Okay, that's why we do it. So increasing customer lifetime value with campaigns, right? So let me get rid of this if we can. No, too big, sorry. So picture this, you know, you've got 10% of your site visitors onto your email list. Great job, well done. And then you send a welcome flow to them highlighting just why you're the best thing since the invention of sliced bread. Okay. And then you manage to get them to buy from you sometimes, or your ads team have ultimately, because they have driven them to the site. They were potentially going to buy it anyway, but then we've tried to claw some of them people onto the email list so we can sell to them again. Okay, so either you have as an email marketer, or more realistically, your ads team has done that for you. But that's not where the journey stops. Your job is to get more sales, and that's where campaigns come in. But only when you do them right. Only when you're targeting the right people with the right kind of messaging, and that takes testing. Core theme of this is testing, and I'm going to go through some of that for you in this video. So let's go the right way. So how to know what to send and when? Well, the only way to discover this is by testing for 3 to maybe 6 months, different content types, different segmentation, taking a look at the data and seeing from there. So as an example, you may have a one-time buyers segment. You want to be trying different messaging to those people to see what do they normally respond to. When do they come back and buy a second time? Is it 30 days? Is it 45 days? What kind of emails get them back on site? And I'll give an example. for a supplement and vitamins brand, we tested a really simple plain text email from the founder that acknowledged that they bought once and then highlighted a special offer for them to come back again. Now, because we've already paid for that customer through the ads or organic or for wherever they've come, offering that 15% discount, for example, doesn't really affect the margins in the way that it does for that first sale. So you're able to give more of an offer from there. So what we did there is we sent that plain text email, had a 15% discount, made it very personal from the founder. It looked like the founder had emailed them and was like, "Hi Dave, I see that you ordered at least once, and we'd love to share more of our products with you. Had over 1,000 products on our website. Here's a couple of ideas, some from our bestsellers, a couple of links, discount, link to the page, boom." That was like a 4 times open rate, click rate, and revenue rate across the board from just trying and testing that different thing. So what did we do with that? Every month we sent at least one of those kinds of emails out and made a lot more revenue for that brand continually. So testing. Ultimately, the market, i.e. your list, will decide what they like, what they want to see, and what will push them to buy, not you. So if you're an e-commerce owner, don't be too offended when I say this, but you waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and thinking, "Oh, I really want to send this email idea because I think it'd be really cool," isn't going to work. You're going to stress out your email marketing team or your single person email marketing team, and you're going to completely mess up the entire strategy that's put together and the sending cadence is put together, by trying to send some amazing idea in your head that you've had while you're having a shower or maybe while cold plunging at 4 a.m. Yeah, so the market decides. You have to test and theorize and put things together, not just throwing random things in like this will definitely work. Like test them, but test them at the right time. So you can test things like product drops, value emails, sales heavy emails. I'd go very light on the sales heavy. Any brand we've worked with that relies on sales for everything, it's just a race to the bottom and destroys margin. So it's not something, apart from maybe in the supplement industry where it's just known. But ultimately, a lot of the time is because the supplements aren't very good. Like a strong supplement brand won't rely on sales. So My Protein love to send you sales every single day because their supplements are shit. So, and try some plain text and then everything else in between. Quizzes, sizing quizzes, guides, refund campaigns. So you could be like, "Hey, you buy today and we're going to refund 5 people's orders," something like that. Something really cool. So you get to test all these different ideas, yeah? So who do I send to? I have done an entire video on segmentation, and I'll probably do more as things develop because ultimately as marketers we develop and get new ideas. But so you can watch my other video on segmentation by just searching Mac Mails and segmentation. Or you go back to my account and search segmentation and you find it. But ultimately, segment your audience based on buying behavior and their interests. So when I say interest, look at pain points. If you are, we'll say, a supplement brand, what are you trying to achieve? Is it weight loss, muscle gain, better sleep, more peace? What are the pain points in there? Segment people that way. You're able to understand what they're looking at. So you can send relevant messaging within the flows, but also within the campaigns as well. And then also segment based on buying behavior. Like some of the easiest ways to do is non-buyers, one-time buyers, repeat buyers, and VIPs who have either spent a certain amount or made at least 4 orders. And then you can segment that way, but then you can also add like has engaged within 90 days. So you know that they're like your most active people of them buying behaviors. And then if you really want to go granular, you can do like buying behavior and interest, but probably more often than not, you're going to end up with a really small pool to email, so I wouldn't bother. And then plan and send a variety of email types to each segment and gauge their response. Do they unsubscribe at scale when you send 3 emails a week to your non-buyers? They're probably going to. Or do they buy more? When I send 3 emails to our one-time buyers, do we get more repeat sales or do we get more unsubscribes? Where's the balance? And balance that out yourself. Like if you get 10 unsubscribes, but you make 20 grand, let's send some more emails and go from there. Makes perfect sense, right? And then inspire me. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways to think about and get ideas for different kind of campaigns, because one of the questions I get all the time is, what do I send? I don't know what to send. I don't have any ideas. There's honestly a bazillion ideas out there, but I'm going to share some on here in a second. So milled.com is a great site to look at. I think I'm following Perfect White Tees. So I think I am, because they all keep showing up. You can I move this? Yes. No. You can go on to all list, brands. Here we go. There we go. We would have to do this on this one, wouldn't it? Right, there we go. So you can like look on. I wonder if it takes me to this. I wasn't prepared for this today. I literally am just looking at all the follows, and I don't want to see that at all. You're gonna have to bear with me. You look at different brands. So you could look at Gap. They do shit emails. Peloton. Peloton are cool. Let's click on Peloton, and they will show you some of their emails that they send out. So 3 ways to stay entertained while you work out. Yeah, I thought Peloton would entertain you enough. How our members got stronger. Big, 0% APR and $0 down. I might go and buy one. Get that idea. This guy looks super skinny. More motivation for up to $500 less. You get some ideas from there. Like Peloton, they have some okay emails, I guess. Not the best. Come back and you can look at who we got. Anchor. They're quite cool. I like Anchor. Not many emails on here. That was a terrible idea. Apologies. Dollar Shave Club. These guys are cool. They do some okay emails. Butt wipes are on sale. Awesome. There you go. Maybe you do butt wipes and you want to put them on sale. Maybe you want an over 60% offer on. But what's really good with mill.com is like you can click on the email. You can have a look at the way they do the header. They've got like the really controversial header image, tiny logo, really good. Telling you exactly what it is. Buy two, get one free. Awesome. There's the image. Sounds great. Wipe now. Good call to action. And like not a lot of text, which I think is great. A lot of brands think you have to like absolute boatloads of text, but you don't. New, blue, and discounted just for you. Pretty cool. I like the use of language. Get started. Nice. Come back for only $8. So that looks like it's getting sent to people who. That should probably say like get restarted or something, but it looks like it's targeted at people who have been subscribed at one point and then left, which is smooth. And then what I like here, look, $8 starter set. Yeah, it tells you exactly what you get. Buy now, sound like it's great. So Mill is really cool, and you can obviously follow. Your brands, which is what I've done. That's why I got Perfect YT everywhere. Their emails are okay. I think I was looking at their emails in general, so I can make them better. Fashion brand, they love to have like a huge image and then some text. I'm not a big fan of this one, to be honest, so I'm not going to share that with you. Really good emails is another one as well. So I probably would prefer to use this than Milled. But like this just gives you a whole host of different emails right from the get go, and then you can choose like behavioral, enhancement. Oh, okay, behavioral, and then like engagement. You can look at different types of engagement emails from here. Jump into this one, and then you can literally like scroll across. This is what I like. So let's look at Starbucks because I love Starbucks, but their emails are shit. So hello again. Our green aprons are on. Oh, yeah, blah blah blah. It's boring. You get the idea. You can kind of go through. God, that's horrible. Yeah, it's New York Magazine. Terrible idea. Remarkable. Good product. Start the year strong. Like that. Good bit of image. Putting you straight in there. Like, hey, this is what you're trying to do. Sort your life out. Become more productive. Nice bit of text. Really cool, like, image there. Don't know if that's like dust or something. That's sick. Yeah, see, I like this. You could make emails like this. A lot more text than I would like, but you get the idea. So this is what I like about it. Cool image. You can, let's go back to home. And then you can do like promotional emails. And you can do like, boom, let's have a look at all these discounts. So if you're on a discount and you're like, hey, let's have a browse. Boom, let's have a look here. So woofs, I think that's how you say it. Horrible text. Yeah, take $5 off your first order today. It's still not too late, yeah. And then I hate that. But you get the idea. So you can look and get some ideas and get some inspiration. Sneakers, $89.99. Looks like some flat foot shoes, pretty cool. And then 25% off your first subscription. Great. Not even sure what they sell. Do they sell gummies? Yeah, not sure why it looks like a Coke to me. But you get the idea. So sleep gummies, productivity gummies. That looks fun. De-stress gummies, complete optimization for men. Sweet. Might buy some. So you can go and like create one of these like Battenberg type designs. You get the idea. We look at these quite a lot and see what just feels good. And ultimately, like I've said, a lot test, just see what happens. And then you can even look at ad libraries. So look at Gymshark and look at the kind of ads that they're running, at the time. Don't want to do that. See summary details, is it? You can start to look at the kind of ads that they're running here. The text, restock, you've been asking, shouting, screaming for it, so loud we had to listen. Love that. Really cool. Gymshark's copywriters are sick. And then the Whitney adapted back. And then obviously, I'm going to say bum scrunching. Yeah, bum scrunch, something like that. which is cool. Let me get back out of here. Let's look at one for the boys. The Power Collection. Everyone loves a good Power Collection. If you don't have a Power Collection t-shirt, then something's wrong with you. Not sure who that guy is or him. Don't know who that is. No jokes. You know, so you get the idea. The Power Collection is made to fail with you. Nice. Time and time again until one day you don't. See, their copyright is sick. Their emails are terrible. Sorry, guys. Just let me click on it. No. Can we see? No. Let me copy that link if you want. What's this here? Yeah, we don't need that. But you get the idea. You can start to look like really cool ideas. Like, this is the stuff that are driving people to sites. This, I don't know who these are. Let's have a look. Oh, different language. Cool. Not going to play around with that today. That's obviously a different country. Is it Holland? Yeah, probably. Okay, here we go. See our details. Oh no, that's sorry, French. I'm just picking all the wrong language here, guys. Sorry. You get the idea anyway. So you can look at your ad library. You know, choose all, and then I just use all ads, and then just put like whoever you want to put in. Like, I don't know, Lululemon. Is that one? They'll probably not come up now. Boom. There we are. So we can do Lululemon. Have a look at their. I hate their products, by the way. Definitely a Gymshark fan. But like, here you go. You can have a look here. What they're doing. Collared up, cool down. This bra's always in play. Yeah, sound. Is that like a tennis thing? I think so. And then more images. These tights fit just right. Sweet. But yeah, look, milled. Really good emails, and then ad library give you some really cool bits of inspiration on how to create ideas. You can use ChatGPT. I was going to share some prompts that we use, but do you know what? It's not quite there to really give you the taste that you want to do with your share. So I'm not going to share that with you today. Maybe later. And let's go back. Boom. So here we are. Inspired. Hope that's inspired you. And then scheduling campaigns. I thought about doing really long sort of scheduling campaigns thing here, but I think ultimately I'm going to give you a quick overview on like how you could do it. Now the red ones here are like specific days, and then the black ones are like kind of events you do from here. So like, don't just take this and like I just threw this together to give you a bit of context. Don't just throw this together and be like, oh my god, I need to do this. But like, you could pick some core days throughout the month. So Easter deals, Earth Day, World Health Day, and April Fools. April Fools is a really cool one. See some amazing and some also really shocking emails that people send. But then you can send other campaigns out. We just call them like who they are, like big spenders. So people that spend like a lot of money for their orders. Like send them an email. Saturdays tends to work for a brand that we use them for. Here's where we're going to send an email to our non-buyers. Then we're going to send an average order value offer. And then we're going to send a churn offer for those people that are churning out. Then we're going to send a VIP offer for here. Then we're going to send a win back. So like these are two kind of things here. And then weekend warrior. You could ultimately send like an email a day if you segmented your audience properly. I'm not suggesting you do that. But like if you really wanted to be really like rigid with this, you could send one-time buyer emails on a Monday, repeat buyers on a Tuesday, VIP on a Wednesday, super, customers on a Thursday, specific interests on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, missed the days there, on a Thursday, if you wanted. But like, I don't want to just do a full video on this. Like, this takes a little bit of common sense. Like, be smart with it, and just when you segment your audience and you know who you're targeting. So if you are going to target non-buyers, one-time buyers, repeat buyers, and VIPs, you've got like 4 different segments that you could target there. And you could split that out across the week, and it literally could be like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you could do like, and you can mix and match. Like, really doesn't matter. Again, I didn't want to dive too deep into this and confuse things. This really is going to take a little bit of common sense. If you don't have that, then you shouldn't be in this game. And then campaign ideas. I'm going to show you days of the year, which is really cool. But here's, kind of campaign ideas which I like a lot of. Events based or holidays. These are always really, really cool. They can be funny. They can be respectful. They can be warming. It depends what it is. On Veterans Day, I wouldn't turn that into like a big like celebrate Veterans Day. I don't know why anybody uses it as a celebration. It's more of a being respectful and being warming. Any brand that I see do that, I recognize that they really don't know what they're talking about when it comes to Veterans Day. So I'm going to show you a couple of let's go back. I'm going to show you days of the year, which is awesome. I love this site. So you can go to daysoftheyear.com. I don't think that's relevant. There you go. National Pet Day. National Poutine? Cheese Fondue. So if you're selling into cheese fondue is awesome. Record Store Day. Licorice Day. Love a bit of licorice. But what you can do here is go to Seal Events in April 2025, and it will literally rattle off all these really cool Fairy Day, Children's Book Day, Burrito Day, we all love a burrito, Chocolate Mousse Day. Some of these days are just wild. Walk to Work Day, Librarian Day, Caramel Day. So if you sell caramel, you could do like caramel protein. Boom! This is a great It's just fun and different. New Beer's Eve, awesome. No Housework Day, it's every day. National Beer Day, so if you sell beer, or even alcohol-free beer, you can do it. International Romany Day, Zula's. Like a lot of these are not relevant, but if you just have a quick browse, you can write, hey, National Pet Day, we sell like pet products. This is like turn it into a whole week. It's National Pet Day on Friday, so for the next 7 days, we're gonna do a really cool offer, or celebrate our brand owners' pets or something like that, or our team members' pets or something like that. Gardening Day, you get the idea. World Art Day, so you can get some ideas from here, but you can also go to just Google public holidays in the USA, public holidays in the UK, and it'll give you a list of things to do from there. So it's quite straightforward. There is that, and then boom, let's go back in real quick to see these emails. Okay, I ripped these off of the internet. Happy St. Patrick's Day, perfect. Luck is on your side, pretty cool. Take your Murph out for a cruise. Yeah, I mean, I want this bike now because it looks awesome. And then Fashion Week, I'm not saying make this email, it's ugly and I don't like it, but Fashion Week is a great one to kind of put out. So definitely worth doing. And then just some ideas from here. Product focus, always a really cool one. Focus on the product drop. If you're dropping something, let people know. People want to buy new stuff. So tell them when it's dropping, and tell them you only got 100 in stock if you only have 100 in stock. Gift guides, always really cool. Give the perfect gifts this season. So it doesn't have to just be Christmas. This can just be anything, like Father's Day. If you collect wedding anniversary data, I don't think you really would for most campaigns, depending on, for most brands, depending on what you sell. If you sell jewelry, it might be worth doing. Bundles are great. One thing about bundles, try and put bundles in your first welcome email. This is a little bit of a hack. And then your second one as well. Don't just do the 10% offer. Be like, hey, if you want to get an even better offer, shop our bundles and get buy two get one free or something like that. We work with a really cool watch band company that do buy two one free, and it kills it every time. So it's a really good opportunity to drive the average order value up straight away. So your ads team have driven people to the site, or your organic content has driven people to the site, your SEO, whatever's driven people to the site. We've converted them to the email list. Their buying intent is extremely high, so let's try and get their average order value up if we can. Anyway, bundles as campaigns, definitely a good idea. What are these? All Trails gear, never heard of them. Cool email, but it talks about how you can bundle it up, which I think is great. And then benefit focus. So more than a timepiece is a statement. The men's classic at Montclair, Bucktown. The clock is ticking. Embody understated elegance with your Elton Pepple pick. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Before it's gone. So it's benefit focus. This is a statement. This is a status piece. The benefit of this is you're going to be a baller. Not with that watch. Probably should have done Rolex, but you get the idea. Yeah. Again, campaign ideas is millions. You can do the refund one I talked about. You can do buy two and go free. You can do mix and match. Mix and match is a good campaign to do depending on what you sell. But just try a number of different campaigns. Okay. I didn't want to jump in too deep on this and confuse people, but bundles, if you're only going to do any, throw some bundles and product drops in there. Okay, so inclusion, really, really simple. Test. So I didn't want to make this video a really long, drawn-out, boring video that's you must do this to do this, because every brand is different. Okay, Gymshark and I was going to say Lululemon, but they're kind of the same. Gymshark and the Dollar Shave Club are two completely different brands. Okay, two completely different audiences. Now, some might use both products, of course, but there's different needs and there's different pain points for why they're subscribed to your email, why they look at your brand. Okay, so you need to test. You need to test your sending cadence. You need to test the kind of messaging you're sending, and you need to actually look at the data, and don't just think, well, I like the look of this email, so everyone's gonna like it, because it doesn't work. Some of the emails that my team have created and I hate have done really, really well. So you need to do the data to do the talking. So where it says here, test, straightforward. So I hope that helps. Now, obviously, If you're a brand doing over 100K a month and you know your email can do more, which is often the case if we're honest, I'm offering you a free revenue gap audit where we will absolutely rip your email account to pieces, whether you've got an in-house team, an agency in place, or you're trying to make it work yourself, which happens. We will look at where the revenue gaps are and we will present a 90-day plan for you and what that would look like to get it fixed. So if you're missing 50 to 100K, which you probably are, then we will show you exactly how to unlock that, give you the full playbook on what to do with that, completely for free if you're doing that. And the reason we do that, full transparency, is most people do it, they see it's awesome, they can tell that we know what we're talking about, and then they hire us to do it. So it makes perfect sense. But if you want to be cheeky and you want to grab that for free, then there'll be a link below this video. Click it, book a call with myself, and then we'll help you out. That's it. Take it easy.